Steve with Go-Lex.com, and we're talking about the Lexington-Norris game on Friday night. The 2022 Lexington football season has not been what was hoped for just a few short weeks ago. Close losses at York and Crete appeared to clear a path to victory over the Norris Titans Friday night, but instead a late Norris touchdown in the final minute of play notched the third Minuteman loss this season as the Titans drove home with a 21-14 victory. The game wasn't all doom and gloom, though, as senior Jackson Conrad grabbed the opening kickoff and raced 92 yards up the east sideline for a score. This was the first touchdown by the varsity football team on the new field turf. Norris bounced back, taking advantage of the short field due to an interception, as quarterback Jacob Godel broke free for a 24-yard touchdown midway through the opening quarter to tie up the game. Lexington had opportunities in this game, driving into Titan territory on the next drive, only to see it stall at the 35-yard line. A Norris fumble 2 plays later set up Lexington in Titan territory again, only to see a second pass get picked off. Tables turned in favor of Lexington again in the second quarter as Norris botched a fair catch on a punt recovery. Lexington drove to the Norris 25, but was stopped on a 4th-and-1 running play to turn the ball over on downs. Norris returned the favor, driving deep inside Lexington territory to the 30-yard line on a following drive, but came up short on a 4th-and-7 attempt from the 28-yard line to end the first half. Titans pounded out a 9-play, 64-yard drive to open the second half. A 12-yard run from Barrett Stone 3 minutes into the third quarter gave Norris their first lead of the game at 14-7. Lexington struggled on the following offensive drive, but stepped up to limit the Titans on their drive. An interception set up the Minutemen again in Titan territory at the 37-yard line, but they couldn't manufacture a score. Lexington had a chance with the last drive of the third quarter. An 8-play drive spanning into the fourth quarter was capped by a 24-yard grab by Jace Carpenter just outside the goal line. Second effort by the senior pushed the ball over the line to tie the game up at 14. In the fourth quarter, it was just filled with issues on both sides of the ball. Norris moved the ball down the field with a 48-yard drive that stalled at the Lexington 27. 4 plays later, Norris picked off Naylor near midfield and give the Titans another chance, only to see that drive end after 3 plays. Lexington's next drive seemed promising, advancing to midfield before Naylor was intercepted again. This time the Titans took advantage, scoring on a Blake Macklin 6-yard run with 38 seconds left in the game. The Minutemen pushed out to midfield before turning the ball over on downs with 12 seconds left. Offensively, the Titans pounded out 321 yards, including 158 on the ground. Lexington quarterbacks were 10 of 29 for 116 yards, but combined for 4 interceptions, 2 of which resulted in a short field and led to Norris scores. Jace Carpenter led the receiving corps with 3 catches for 65 yards. Naylor was the leading rusher with 7 carries for 48 yards, including runs of 24 and 21. Defensively, Lexington was led by senior Luis Castellanos with 9 total stops, including a sack for 4 yards. Levi Converse had 3 pass deflections to go with his 5 total tackles. Carpenter snagged up the interception in the third quarter and had 2 tackles in the game. Comp-Att's next up for the Minutemen. The Haymakers picked up their first win of the season, downing Ogallala 29-14 this past week. This isn't the Comp-Att of old, though, as this year they have thrown for 466 yards and only run for 286 to average just over 250 yards of offense per game. Defensively, the Haymakers are giving up 312 yards per game on average, and most of it through the air. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. in Comp-Att. It's homecoming night as well for the Haymakers, so keep that in mind when you're looking for your parking spot. For Go-Lex.com, this is Steve, and remember, go big, go orange.